Every palace is a fortress, but for a child king, it's a maze of hidden eyes and sharpened whispers. Inside Egypt's golden halls, danger doesn't come wearing armor, it hides behind a friendly smile. Tonight we walk the marble corridors with Tutankhamun, where one wrong word could mean the end of a dynasty. In this episode, you'll see how the young pharaoh learns to survive in a world built on secrets. We'll uncover the power struggles behind the throne, meet the allies and traitors who shape his every step, and reveal how the fate of Egypt hung by a thread woven by a child learning to play the deadliest game of all. The palace at Akhetaten is vast, a city within a city. Its gardens blossom with perfumed flowers, its walls shimmer with painted gods, and its columns stretch toward heaven itself. But for Tutankhamun, it is also a prison, a place where the sun rarely touches his skin, and every echo seems to carry a warning. Days begin before the sun, with the hushed footsteps of servants in the shadows. They dress him, feed him, and lead him from chamber to chamber, always careful never to meet his eyes for too long. The courtyards and painted halls are filled with life, but he walks alone, a solitary figure flanked by silent guards. At first, Tutankhamun tries to cling to fragments of childhood. He asks after his favorite dog, tries to sneak sweet figs from the kitchens, dreams of racing chariots with the other palace children. But those days are already slipping away. His old playmates are kept at a distance, their laughter replaced by the heavy footfalls of advisors and priests. Everywhere, eyes follow him. The high priest of Aten, resplendent in white linen, bows deeply and offers blessings. Yet when he rises, Tutankhamun catches a flicker of calculation, in his gaze something cold and ancient. General Horemheb, the commander of the armies, greets the young king with rough affection, but his hands linger on the hilt of his sword a moment too long. "Remember, my king," he says, voice low and steady, "a pharaoh has no friends, only allies and rivals." Tutankhamun learns quickly. At the morning council, he listens more than he speaks. Advisors bring scrolls, present their petitions, and trade cautious glances. Sometimes he is asked to decide disputes, whose harvest should be taxed, which temple should receive an offering, what punishment is due for a stolen loaf of bread. The boy's voice is soft, but he chooses his words with care, studying every reaction, every subtle shift in the faces around him. After council, there are lessons with tutors in languages, law, and the divine mysteries. He recites the names of the gods, learns the rituals of the temples, traces his royal lineage back through generations of dust and legend. But beneath it all, he feels a growing unease, a sense that every lesson is a test, every question a trap. Sometimes, late at night, Tutankhamun wanders the palace alone. He memorizes the labyrinth of corridors, the secret doors behind tapestries, the cool silence of hidden courtyards. He overhears arguments between advisors, whispered prayers of servants, laughter that stops abruptly when he is near. He learns the value of silence and the danger of trust. The only soul who brings him comfort is Enigmatic, his half-sister. She is older by a handful of years, wise beyond her age, and unafraid to speak the truth. In private, she brings him stolen honey cakes and stories from their childhood. They sit together in a quiet alcove overlooking the gardens, where she whispers, "You're not alone, little brother, but you must be careful who you let inside your heart." Still the shadows lengthen. The court is restless. There are rumors of plots, of priests loyal to the old gods gathering in secret, of generals who remember the days before the Aten. Some nights, Tutankhamun dreams of fire and blood, of his father's face twisted in pain, of crowds screaming his name, of a darkness closing in. He wakes in a cold sweat, clutching his golden amulet, heart pounding. In those moments he wishes for his mother, for the simple comfort of her voice, but she is kept at a distance, her fate entangled with palace politics, her love a weapon others can wield. Through it all, the boy becomes something else, a survivor. He listens, he remembers. He learns to mask his fear with a king's smile and to answer danger with silence. By the end of that first month, the child who entered the palace as a pawn is beginning to glimpse the chessboard and the game that will decide not just his life, but the future of Egypt itself. The moon rises over Akhetaten, and Tutankhamun, still only 9, but no longer just a boy, watches its light spill across the marble floor. He makes a silent promise to himself. I will not be their puppet. I will be pharaoh